Dude, it's been a year and a weird year due to everything going on in current time. And while everyone else has had a very weird year, I really think your experience is unique because I know you guys got married, and so you've got green card and visa issues from being from Wales.
Yeah.
Right. So how does the visa end? And then are you expected to go home by a certain date? Like, I guess I don't know anything about how this works.
So the way, when I first moved here, I moved on, I did a master's degree. So I had my F1 is a student visa. And it's obviously from the start that your start date to the end date of when I graduate, plus a month. But because I did a master's degree, I could apply for an extra 1 year. And it's called an OPT, where you can work for 1 year. And then it's basically a way of like the government saying, hey, good job on the degree. Now you can pay some taxes back. So I did that.
Oh, no.
And during that time, obviously, I met Maddie and we got married. But I had a deadline where I had to leave the country. So we obviously put all the paperwork in just before that. And then what is supposed to happen is during the time you wait for the green card, you're supposed to get given a work visa so that you can actually make a living, live a normal life. Yeah, which is what obviously I wanted to do. Unfortunately, I waited like 14 months for the green card meeting. And
was that a mistake on y'all's part, or was it you just don't know?
No, so we had a immigration lawyer and everything to go through the whole process. And in fairness to him, he was awesome. He did everything for us. We just had to, pay him and fill out the paperwork. But he essentially did everything. And then at the beginning, we were like, so what, like, how long does this take? And he just starts laughing. He's like, well, the thing is, it could take 3 months, could take 6 months.
It takes as long as it takes.
It's basically whose ever desk the paperwork gets on, and however fast they get through it, that's when you get picked. So he said, to be honest, I've had people that have waited a whole year, and then they still haven't had it yet, and then I've put somebody else a lot later through, and they get there.
No rhyme or reason.
Yeah, no reason at all.
Oh, man. So essentially, you're here. So everything I've ever learned from bad movies and sitcoms is you get married, you're American.
No.
That's not how this works.
That's what I thought it was.
I fucking sure thought. As soon as basically you say I do, you guys kiss. They fucking drape you in an American flag, baptize you, and then you're with us. That's how it goes. You're allowed to work and start paying fucking taxes.
That's what I thought. I was wrong.
Wrong. At what point do you realize, shit, the game is up?
5 months in, I was like, fuck, where's my flag?
Oh, man.
So it took like 14 months until we had the meeting. And then the kick in the balls was literally like the work visa came 5 days after the green card meeting. So it's essentially worth less. So I was like, fuck, I could have done with this like 11 months ago.
Right.
So yeah. At that point, the green card was going to be accepted, so we just had to wait for that.
Now, was there any? There wasn't ever like a if they'll accept it.
Yeah, I was like, we were really unsure.
Right, but is that a logical fear for like? I would feel the same way. I want to be really, really clear. At 38, and I've bought a couple houses and done some quote unquote adult things.
Yeah.
Every time it happens, I'm fucking amazed I'm allowed to do stuff.
Yeah.
I still occasionally get that way with like rental cars. That like I didn't have to fucking ask for permission from anyone to do this. I'm aware when I look in the mirror that I'm a grown up. However,
when you're not looking at it, yeah.
100% child. And so what I guess what I'm getting at is like I always wait, like even like a rental car, like, oh man, they're not gonna let me. And I've done this countless times. But so like, is there an actual chance that they'll just deny it because you're married and?
Yeah, like I was asking the lawyer, and he's like, to be honest, it depends on who you get, what kind of mood they're in,
But is that the time issue, or could they actually say like, oh, no green card?
So the time is totally like we applied and I could stay as long as it took until they decided when we were gonna have the meeting. So we knew we were gonna have a meeting, regardless of if you get a yes or no. So it basically was a waiting game on when you would get the actual meeting, and then when I got told, or we got told, like, this is the date of the meeting, like it was like this wave of panic came over me, because I was thinking like, well, I've prepared for this and this is what I'm waiting for, but now like, oh fuck, like it's actually happening. And we prepared really well. I think I'm a little bit over the top with like making sure everything's done the right way.
Of course, yeah.
So I had every single piece of paperwork, every Airbnb.
Are you dressed in a suit?
Like, oh yeah, 100%. I had fucking American flag socks on. Man, we walked in there.
I love it.
I was like, I'm so prepared. I walk in, there's like people in there that are not prepared.
You're singing the pledge on your way in.
So I had all the like the real paperwork you needed, like the legal documents and everything. I had all that, and I printed it out for the person who was going to be interviewing us. So like I had a full binder, and you had a full binder, and then I had another big book of like pictures of me and Maddie together, and proving that like the relationship was real. I had like titles on. It was like a scrapbook, like titles of where it was, the date. There's like pictures of us together in there.
Yeah.
And so you made it.
Fuck yeah.
But we get there, and we sit on this tiny little table, and the woman that called us up, she's like she walks to the door, and she's like, Leo Glass. And I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Like, this lady does not want to be here. So we're walking behind her. She sits on her desk. The first thing I do is like scan the fucking office, and like it's a mess.
You're like in the Bourne Identity. You're looking for anything to help you in this situation. All right, I got you.
So I was like, I'm looking for clues to like maybe
she's
like,
into sailing.
Yeah, exactly.
How about a schooner?
This was the sign though that really put me off. I'm like, I'm not even gonna bring up cats. She had this like sign that had like a cat on it, and it said, I love my cats with ketchup on. Honestly. So I don't know if anyone's listening that knows like that's a real saying
I
or
don't
anything.
know if that's a saying.
I was just like, oh, she likes cats. Wait, hang on. With ketchup on them? So does she eat the cats? I don't understand.
Brent, can you find any
have a look.
Signage of some type of similar saying?
So I avoided that topic. And then I tried to be nice, like, oh, hey, how's everything or whatever. And
she couldn't give less.
Just like one
government employee.
Didn't give a fuck.
Hourly paid,
yeah. And the really the worst part of it all was it was really impersonal. Like,
of course.
Like we sat together and there was a big screen in front of us, and we had to wear masks. She was wearing a mask, so like you couldn't see like any expression on her face. She couldn't see expression on our face. So I just felt like it was bizarre. Like, how are we supposed to show that we are like a couple if you can't even see our faces? And then like I was trying to get some information from like my answers on her face, and I couldn't even see anything.
Oh.
So it was awful. And then there was like, like this little gap, yeah?
Yeah.
There was like above that side underneath this like PVC thing between us. I had like the book the book for her with all the copies, and I was like trying to slide it in the gap, and it wouldn't fucking fit.
Was there no way to like go around it?
Oh, she was not willing for that. Like,
you couldn't hand it over to her.
I could have, but
okay. So in reality, like
but she was just like only through the gap. All right, sound.
You just start taking it out page by page.
Yes. So she's like, where's this? And I pull it out, and I had to give her the original. So like literally the whole book I made for her, which was like this thick. I was like, all right, put this fucking back in the bag, I suppose. So I had to like slide things underneath, and then she asked a couple of questions, nothing about the two of us, which was like really weird because I thought
that mattered.
Yeah, I thought, this is important to know information about the two of us. Do I know different things about her that other people don't know, and vice versa? Wasn't asked anything, which really like freaked me out because I thought, well, maybe we've done something wrong because she's not asking those questions. But apparently it was like a good thing because she didn't feel like she needed to dig into the relationship. But then the thing that really upset me was I made this whole scrapbook with all these pictures of all of us and with all these things we'd done. And I was like, oh, you want to see a scrapbook of that? She's like, nope. I said, and
But
I'd really like.
I want you to look at my
I literally
scrapbook.
was like, can you just have a little look, please? He's like, nope. Like, fuck's sake. Spent hours on this thing.
All right. So, knowing you, and again, the level of preparedness in American socks to manage the anxiety of like, what is a really serious, heavy meeting?
Yeah.
I am not being like, you're uncalled for in your feelings. Fuck, I'd be terrified.
Yeah, I'm laughing about it now, but
Yeah,
like,
of course,
at the time
of course.
it was like one of the worst things I ever went through.